This is Real News Media TV, coverage you can trust. Please like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Select all for daily news updates. Good night, my Real News Media TV family. Welcome back to the channel for another news update for March 20, 2023. And in the news tonight, Well Encounter Gospel Concert ended abruptly by police. The police brought a premature end to the Well Encounter Gospel Concert on Saturday at Sabina Park in Kingston, leaving patrons dissatisfied. Event organizer Ingrid Larmond expressed her dismay at the abrupt lock-off, lamenting that the show was halted before their midnight permit. The show featured a popular local gospel acts Kevin Downswell, Rondell Positive, Rhoda Isabella, and Carlene Davis. International acts Chandler Moore and Naomi Rain were also among the performers. Moore was expected to conclude the event, but her performance was affected by the lock-off. Police say they have identified the suspects behind the armed robbery at a Portmore ATM. The police have been conducting several operations in search of the suspects behind the Sunday's armed robbery in Brayton Park, Portmore, St. Catherine. 5 people were wounded, including 4 security guards and a licensed firearm holder. 3 of the guards were shot, but their injuries are not considered life-threatening. Senior Superintendent Stephanie Lindsay, head of the Jamaica Constabulary Forces Corporate Communications Unit, said the police have the identities of the people involved in the attack.
They carried out several operations last night into this morning. Even as we speak, there are ongoing operations in search of these robbers and the money that was stolen. At the moment, we can't give too much specifics in terms of where we are, but in speaking with the commanding officer, he's very satisfied that since yesterday, it's much clearer now what happened. They're actually getting some good leads in terms of who they are looking for and the perpetrators behind the attack. When you have assisting something that you do, and when you look at how organized these criminals are, when you look at how they operate, they had guns, high-powered weapons, pistols, and I visited a crime scene, and the number of shots that were fired, the number of spent casings that were there, it's very difficult unless you are doing predictive policing and you know that they'll be coming and prepare for them. It will be very difficult. But the more we see these things happening, it does provide an opportunity for the company to look at, what they have, what more can be done. But it's a different approach we see from the criminal network. Just looking at their SOPs and how they operate. But we recognize that where you have these people who are very organized in their activities, there's not going to be any one system that will be foolproof. So here's another opportunity to look at what currently they have in place to see what more can be done. There's also discussion going on with the banks and other persons involved in financial institutions, because we get the impression that these people are going after cash. So a lot of discussion is going on, and I know more will be happening.
Senior Superintendent Stephanie Lindsay, head of the JCF's Corporate Communications Unit. Man who reportedly fled hometown gunned down in Bog Walk. A St. Catherine man who police believe had fled his home in Garden Pen was tracked down by an unknown assailant and murdered in Bog Walk on Monday morning. The deceased has been identified as Ricardo Brady Edwards from Garden Pen in Spanish Town. He was shot dead by a gunman in an area known as a Casual Walk in West Prospect, Bog Walk. Police reports indicate that about 11 a.m., Edwards went to a corner shop in the community when he was pounced upon by a man who opened gunfire at him. The police say Edwards ran into a dwelling adjoining the shop and was pursued by his attacker, who continued to fire before fleeing on foot in the area. Residents summoned the authorities, who found the deceased with several gunshot wounds partially slung over the rim of a blue barrel. Edwards, the police say, fled Garden Pen following a disagreement he had with men from the community. The police believe his new location was later discovered and he was killed. Chop victim gunned down attacker as reprisal. Police in St. James are now searching for a chop victim who returned minutes later and shot his attacker to death. The tragic incident took place at Queens Drive in Montego Bay yesterday. Police have identified the dead man as 45-year-old David Roy from the resort city. Reports reaching the news are that about 3:15 p.m., Roy and the man had a dispute which turned physical. Police said during the altercation, Roy used a machete to inflict a wound on the man. The man reportedly left and later returned. A firearm was then used to shoot Roy multiple times. The suspect allegedly made good his escape in a waiting motor car. The police were alerted and the now deceased man was transported to the Cornwall Regional Hospital where he was pronounced dead on arrival. Efforts to locate the suspect have so far been unsuccessful, the police said. Several banks warn of disruption in cash availability at ATMs. National Commercial Bank and the JMMB Bank have warned their customers that Sunday's armed robbery in Portmore is affecting its automated banking machine services at several of their locations. The disruption includes the availability of cash. Both banks use Beryllium Limited as their service provider. Beryllium had advised that it was assessing its operations island-wide following the attack on its crew and warned there could be delays in delivery of its services. Scotiabank had also advised that its Portmore branch will be closed to the public on Monday as a result of Sunday's robbery in the vicinity of the branch. It said all its other branches remain open for service and that customers may also use online channels to conduct transactions. St. Mary delivery man murdered in unfinished home. Police detectives in St. Mary have launched a murder investigation after the body of a man was found in an unfinished house at the Spring Valley Estate, Tower Isles, on Sunday afternoon. The body, which had a gunshot wound to the back, is suspected to be that of Alexander Rocky, 57, a delivery man from Boscobel, St. Mary. Rocky had been reported missing at the Port Maria police station by family members on Thursday. Police said the description of the deceased corresponds with that of the missing person report. According to the police, at about 5:30 p.m., residents detected a foul odor and observed the vultures hovering over the two-bedroom unfinished concrete and board structure. A resident called the police, who found the partially decomposed body in the kitchen, lying face down in what appeared to be blood with a gunshot wound to the back. The police reportedly also observed what appeared to be blood trail leading from the garage area to the body. The body is of dark complexion, medium built, about 5 feet 6 inches long, and clad in a blue shirt and blue short jeans pants. The police say they are probing reports that a small truck Rocky operated was spotted by family members in Clarendon on Sunday. It is alleged that when the truck was accosted, 2 men ran from the vehicle. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Select all for daily news updates.